And this building is all-star break since 96-97 as Anthony Townsend for the Cavs, who are off to their best 12, but 0-5 this season against. Both these teams played last night. The Knicks a win at home in overtime against the Bulls. The Cavs a win in Brooklyn against the Nets as Brunson
wants to at any point.
Averaging 26 points per game. An all-star for the second time. Strus in it to three, and Towns averaging a career-high 13.5 boards per game as Anunoby sends one our way.
You didn't get it. Leave it.
It's not often we get action that early in the first. Usually you got to settle into the game before you get an errant pass. Towns comes up with a steal.
Still working off that post-all-star rust.
That's it. That's what transpired there. Here's Towns giving it up. No look. Was a little off target. Brunson still able to hit. OG Anunoby muscles in at it stripped, and Strus able to transition defensively. Here's Strus to Mobley, and that's a big swing possession.
It sure is, and taking care of the back.
17 times last night. Here's Bridges. Ducks under. Can't loft it in. Achua's follow, no. Kind of shot putting it up. Garland feeds a running Strus, and Allen.
He is right now getting 2 feet in the paint. You don't typically see that from him.
Yeah.
He's always making plays off the bounce.
Hunts in again. 10 points for the Knicks. Garland, no look, and Mobley. And that's 3 straight possessions where the Cavs have got that look.
Defensive awareness, getting beat on cuts, not into the floor, but it's that middle of the pack defense. That's an area they've got to get it better.
How about Mobley?
I mean, this is a guy who's blossoming right in front of our eyes.
You can really feel the verve and the conviction with which he's playing with on the offensive end, as well as his staple defense. Mitchell rims in on a long tip. Strong response from Cleveland. A 10-2 run and a timeout taken by Tom Thibodeau. Evan Mobley saying, let's keep it going.
Size, the stature, the skill set. Why not believe in that? And that type of mindset is exactly what Donovan Mitchell, he says the everyday fan may not see it, but we see it. Mitchell said, I'm glad he said it. I'm trying to get him to speak on himself publicly, to be the guy every night consistently. And he said a comment like that shows where he's at mentally, ready to prove it every night, guys.
Well, he comes up with a steal, then leads the break. And serves up the alley-oop. Thank you very much, Cassidy.
I like the accountability piece of that. You say it out loud, everybody gets to hear it, then there's an accountability.
Loves hearing that from Evan Mobley and said, look, he's a thoughtful guy.
And to continue to get that pouring into him from his teammates day in and day out. You know, Kenny Atkinson believes that Evan Mobley is going to be the piece that gets them over the top.
Town, here's Mitchell. Weaving, taking, and hitting from...
Just so smooth, never gets rushed, always plays with pace, always on.
For the basketball, still able to collect it, Garland, you bet! Here's Towns with a runway, gets fouled, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Taking a look at tonight, fantastic, and Tom Thibodeau was having him as a younger player in Minnesota, talking about how he learned to sacrifice.
But I've just been so impressed with
it. 40% from 3, Nikola Jokic, Domantas Sabonis, the others. Here's Strus lobbing it up, and Allen ooping the alley. We've seen a lot of looks right at the rim for Allen and Mobley in this first. Miles McBride coming off a big game last night, had a season high, 23 points. And off the bench tonight with Anunoby back. A lot of dribbling from McBride and effort on the offensive glass trying to save the possession. Achua can't finish. Another chance here for New York. McBride unable to hit again. Flashing up the floor, bangs into Brunson, lost the basketball. And it's picked up by Ariel Hukporti into the game as well. The German rookie, as Bridges tosses it in. Ty Jerome gets fouled, and that's going to be a key one because that is going to be number 2 on Jalen Brunson. Consistently played with that, despite a lot of worthy games.
Well, they made the statement in the offseason with re-signing their key guys, keeping this core group together. You could tell the consistency with which they played, but being able to maintain that and add to the quality depth.
Yeah, 7'6" wingspan.
Well, and defending the 2-man is so difficult, and you've seen New York do it in multiple ways.
Oh, Huck-Porty.
Success.
Yeah.
Right. Trying to ice it, trying to not allow him to use it, playing in the drop.
Huck-Porty, what a rejection. Then catches it on the floor, and that helps bring a break for the Knicks. 2-on-2 the other way. Bridges peels back, can't hit, and Garland into the paint, the floater rims off. Rebound hits the floor, McBride up with it. Has Achua to his right. McBride can't finish it. Nice the offensive glass. Here's Jerome curling it in, plus the foul. And a chance for 3 for Ty Jerome. It's probably elevated to number 2.
High praise right there.
Brunson gets bumped, unable to finish, but Jalen Brunson having a big the pick and roll than any team defensively in the NBA. As Brunson hits the ball defensively when they do get Mitchell Robinson back as he's getting closer.
I think it can cause a lot of problems. New York has been dealing with so many different injuries, and getting that group together, that competitive spirit that allows them to stay in ball games.
Here's Brunson. Thought about the 3, gives it up. Landry Shamet in off the bench. Into the corner, Anunoby. And hit the 3. Good box. 10-point Cavs lead, first quarter action. Mitchell lobbing it up, and Mobley flush of the quarter for Cleveland.
Donovan Mitchell. Last 2 minutes to play, first quarter.
Nice cut.
Anunoby couldn't handle, and then Mitchell gets caught.
You know, the record against those top teams,
Yeah.
right? This is what...
But that has been the worry. Mobley, 9 points.
Cassidy said when he said myself or Victor Wembanyama just impact the ball game in so many different ways on both ends of the floor.
Here's Brunson. Towns back in for New York, trying to use his size on Hunter. Towns, easy work for... Jerome. A little leaner is good. Time Mobley drew so much attention. Jerome was able to take advantage. Cleveland shooting at 71% from the floor.
Some success in those one-on-one matchups in the paint.
Jerome again. Cavs up to 73% from the floor in the quarter. 2-for-1 opportunity here for New York. Towns again trying to take Hunter. Towns cuts through and gets the tip to go. Mitchell directing traffic. 6-second difference game in shot clock. Here's Mitchell. Gets around Anunoby. Kicks to the corner. Hunter connects. Brunson at the horn. He got it. Jalen Brunson. 26-point
Cleveland Ball Club. The sacrifice, business-like approach, game in and game out.
That was something Kenny Atkinson was talking about last night as well, as Towns loses it. Dean Wade into the game, returning from injury tonight. Coming up with that steal. Here's Jerome, 2-man action with Mobley. Hunter lost it. Hot potato for a moment. Mitchell can't hit the 3. Kenny Atkinson was saying, look, I told the guys, hey, we got to go.
Yeah.
We can't say, all right, we can ease into the second half. No, we need to continue. Everything we're doing now is going to prepare us for what happens in now 56 days at the start of the third. Rings in a 3, and the Cavs just have it all going on offensively.
Well, it absolutely is. And then the other thing is healthy competition. There's a lot of quality depth here,
Yeah.
right? And you know, Kenny Atkinson has been very transparent with his guys. Like, if you don't have it one night, somebody else is going to have it, and that's going to be the night that you don't play,
Yeah.
right? And so there's a healthy competition to bring your best every single day.
Payne can't finish. Wait percent from the floor. Here's Mitchell spinning and flipping it in. A 17-point Cavs lead. Here's Towns, met by Mobley, and a foul. Another piece just returned to the competition that you're talking about. Hunter, mid-range, sure. A 14-2 Cavs run, and look, they just can't miss right now. 74% from the floor, and Tom Thibodeau needs another timeout. Cleveland has already put up. Now, if you're wondering, well, what is the Cavs season high in first half this season? They actually put up 91 against 10. Still some work to do to get to that number.
Well, Mitchell, they got some time.
Yeah, well, Mitchell might have 3 free throws coming here. Bridges picks up his first, and they're going to change it now to 2 free throws instead of 3 as Mitchell. It's this. Since they can't grow a proper beard.
I was going to say, you got the accessory, the beard, right?
I'm trying. And a nope. Meanwhile, 15 points. Mobley has 13. Hunter, pull-up jumper. Rims off, his first miss of the game, but Okoro able to rebound it.
And that's got to be frustrating, you know, for Tom Thibodeau. You've got a good...
Cavs with 14 assists already in the half. Here's Towns trying to use his girth on Mobley, unable to hit the... Mitchell lobs it in, knocked away. And Towns able to control it. Towns, what a feed down the floor to Bridge.
Score in transition, but there has to be consistent defensive energy.
Back-to-back turnovers.
No, I might have had a few choice words, but I was down the sideline from Bill Lambier, who had more few choice words than I did,
yes,
right?
Yes, his baseline was choice. If you're the 15th guy, you're an NBA player, you're a great player. You stay ready for these opportunities. Also talk these opportunities. And over the last few years, we've seen it consistently with Tom Thibodeau's teams, how when that rotation gets tweaked, the production doesn't really drop off.
And that's just the expectation. And he's matter-of-fact about it. And his guys are matter-of-fact about it.
Garland nearly spun that one in, gets fouled, and will shoot 2.
But it's so important that...
Here's our...
He sure has, especially for the veterans on that team. Direct, precise.
Here's Brunson. Brunson back in, off on that 3. He had 16 points in the first, and that's out of bounds off of Huckporty. An 18-point advantage on New York. Both teams playing the second half of a back-to-back. Garland, little push off, runner is short. And Achua able to corral the rebound. Bridges stood up, flings it out to Brunson.
You see where Okoro's sitting, where Jalen Brunson has that one-on-one right on the elbow.
Yeah.
He's ready to send that second guy.
Merrill comes up with a deflection. It'll stay with New Max Strus. Here's Okoro surging in and laying it home. Knicks have turned, led to 11 points for Cleveland as Brunson is going to get called for an offense. He will have to try and navigate to halftime without their point guard as Garland gets fouled. Darius Garland pushed from behind. And Garland grabbing at his head in the aftermath of it. Been a rough go. And that is the one scenario in which you could be in big season, an all-star this year. A key part of what the Cavs a good sign for Cleveland. We'll continue to watch that as the game goes along. 21-point Cavs lead. They have dominated the Knicks from jump, getting whatever they've wanted on the offensive end. Knicks down Josh Hart in this game as Merrill comes up with the easy steal. 9 pounds, what a follow from Carl. Okoro left alone, short on a three. Towns the rebound. Jalen Brunson had 16 points in the first, but on the bench right now with 3 fouls. Here's Achua. Achua fading away, left it short. Well short.
Yeah, a lot of standing on the perimeter offensively for New York right now. A lot of watching someone go one-on-one.
Mitchell drags out Towns. Here comes the help with Bridges. Mitchell finds Merrill. Catch, fire, off. Towns bustling baseline. A little pivot and the finish, plus the foul. He had 116 points and 40 rebounds. Just the second Knick ever to have at least points and 40 boards over a 3-game span. The 1990. Poke from behind by Payne. Cavs retain possession. Strus drives it, kicks it. Mitchell hits it from 3.
Donovan Mitchel from
Max Strus, the facilitator in this ball game.
You pointed it out early, Coach. He has 6 assists now. Of 8 from 3.
And that's what you have to do, find other ways to be impactful. He's doing a great job of getting to the paint, finding his teammates. Then he'll get a shot in flow that feels good, that looks good, that goes through the net.
Mobley, insistent. 71.5 for Cleveland. Payne can't twirl it in. Here comes Mobley, leading the break. Mitchell, you bet.
No urgency in picking up the basketball, no urgency in getting matched up.
21.5 for Mitchell, largest lead of the game for Cleveland. It is 24. Bridges bounces, 4 to shoot. Achua flips it up and off. Allen the rebound, and the 5 on the shot clock. Strus lost his footing, gets it to Mitchell. He will hoist. It's hit. Donovan on a burner. Bridges can't bank it in.